Hello everyone, it's TIJ and welcome to a new series on the channel. Today we start our adventure as a manager on MotoGP 17, the game, in the managerial career option on the game. Now this is something completely different on the channel and something that I've wanted to do for a long time. Now I do appreciate that the MotoGP 18 comes out in the next few months, but with the MotoGP season starting last week, I thought it'd be a really good time to start a career on this game. I didn't actually get a chance last year because I only got the game for Christmas, and I really enjoyed the game. It's a really good game. I've had to practice a little bit over the last few days, but I really do enjoy this game. So we're going to start a new managerial career, which kind of it's given away in the title that you manage a team in Moto3, as Thomas King has just said in our team's headquarters. He's our new personal assistant. Can't wait to working with us. And we're going to be registered as a wildcard for the last race in the Moto3 year in Valencia, and then we need to do some paperwork. So what this series is going to be, it's going to replace the old Ashes Cricket slot. If you're if you're a new viewer to the channel, you can completely ignore that. But basically, this series is going to be on a Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 6 PM British time. And yeah, there's going to be 3 videos of this every week and 3 videos of Football Manager every single week on the channel. And I'm not quite decided yet what's going to be on a Sunday on this channel. But I really wanted to, I'm talking to viewers who have watched the channel for a while now, but for you that have watched the channel for a while, I wanted to change things up. I'm not really enjoying my FM series so much at the moment. And I thought, you know what, we need to just do something a little bit different. And I think MotoGP gives me the chance to do something completely different. It is quite literally something completely different, something I've never done before. We're going back to the motorsport industry for the first time since I've done F1, which is obviously a big risk. But hopefully I should enjoy this very much so. And obviously 3 times a week, I think I'm going to be doing 2 races of 3 laps every episode. So seeing as it's going to be 3 times a week, the last game came out, I believe, in, let me think now, I think it was middle of May last year. So we're starting this the end of March. We do 3 episodes a week, 2 races. That's going to be 6 races a week, isn't it? And probably around about 2 or 3 seasons. But we'll see how we can do. I can do some live streams perhaps at some point maybe, and see how they go. But I'm just setting up my rider now, of course, because we have to set up our own rider, and as well as managing the team, I'm going to be the rider on the team. And if you don't know how this works, guys, basically what we do, we set up our own rider. We will be riding, we won't just be managing the team like it would be perhaps in a Motorsport Manager game. But what it is effectively, you manage the team and you drive on the team as well. And I've done a little bit of the manager career when I first got the game, and it's a bit infuriating actually, this is, because I have already set my rider up in the rider career mode, and I'm in MotoGP, and that's just a bit infuriating that I've had to do it again. But if you guys are new to the channel, my name's Toby Jones. I am 17, as it says there, but my number is 18, purely because 22 is one that's took up, and I was born on the 9th of Feb, so multiply those numbers and I've got 18, and I've used the number 18 on racing games for a while now. On Formula 1 it's used by Lance Stroll, but it's going to be used by me in this Moto3 season, so let's go for it. And the riding style I will use is the one that I use on all the games, which is old school. So the style favoured by riders in the past, where riders didn't reach modern leading angles, and the way it was less decentralised with respect to the axis of the bike. Also got the body out one as well, which you can see that Marquez used. Got the shoulder out one, and began with the modern MotoGP. Elbows to the ground, that's popular with the young drivers. And then, of course, Valentino Rossi. Just a balanced riding style. But Marc Marquez, his riding style is simply different to anybody in MotoGP. How he makes some of the corners, I simply do not know. Right, let's enter the name of our team. I think we're going to go for something quite generic. But I think we're going to go for something on the lines of, Team Jones sounds a bit tacky, doesn't it? What about something like just TIJ Racing? I think that works. TIJ Racing. I was going to go with Jones Motorsport, but I think that's a bit tacky. Jones Racing, TIJ Racing, guess you could put UK. That look alright? No, it looks more like a channel, as in like a, yeah, well, you got Racing UK, haven't you? TIJ Racing, that will do. No, I can't change it up to this point, so a formulating now, TIJ Racing, and in today's episode, we are going to be just doing the wildcard race in Valencia, and then we'll be doing the races in Qatar and Argentina for the start of our first full season in the game. So as you can see, this is the Racing HQ. You've got the calendar, the next weekend, garage, team management, staff management. For you guys that haven't played MotoGP before, this is a new addition. So it's not like something that's been in the game for a while, but it's a new addition to the game. And it's something that's really interesting, you know, I'm really happy to get into as a long-term save, and yeah, it should be fun. And for you guys who have played F1 in the past, this is something that F1 needs, don't you agree? because it would be such brilliant on F1 games. But then again, Codemasters, I doubt would do that. We've been calling for it for years, but it's just not going to happen. Right, so let's go into the team management screen. The screen, sorry. And as you can see, we've just got the Moto3 spot at the moment. As we expand, we'll be able to enter in Moto2, MotoGP, and one day, hopefully, we'll be in all three of the formulas. But for the moment, we have got a choice between the Peugeot bike and the Mahindra bike. We can afford both. Yes, we can. That's 92,000 and the Peugeot is 80,000. And as you can see, the stats for the Mahindra are all 76% and the Peugeot 60%. We can't quite have the KTM and the Honda yet, but actually looking at that, 80% isn't really too much of an improvement. And for £200,000, I would much rather prefer to save a bit of money and go with the Mahindra. So that's what we're going to go for. Obviously, we have to paint the bike first. God, we've got to do a bit of painting the bike. But today's really just a pilot episode to see if you guys enjoy it. If you guys do enjoy it, then obviously we will I'll be doing it in the future, definitely. But we have got 3 sponsors. We've got Alpine Stars, TIJ, and Nolan X Light. We actually have a choice between those 3, I didn't realise. Fixed sponsor reward, 6,000. Objective sponsor bonus, 2,250. Race objective, 20th. They're all 20th. I would rather have more of a fixed reward, to be honest. So we go with Alpine Stars. The main colour on the bike, I was thinking maybe a bit of a blue. Or we could go orange. I do quite like the metallic orange. Yeah. Let's have a look if we just paint it completely metallic orange. See like that? Ooh, I'll tell you what. I like the red. I like the red a lot. Can we not like have a... Yeah, that's better. The brighter red. No, a gloss is a bit pinky, I think. Let's try the opaque darker red. No, I don't know. I quite like both, but I think we're going to go with the lighter red. And then colour freeze. That's just what... that's going to be here. Right, so could we go with orange again? Would that fit in well? It's like creating a sim, isn't it, on the Sims? Well, I mean, I'm terrible at all this stuff. Orange is quite a way across here, though, I think. So if we keep scrolling across, yellow, orange, metallic orange we had, didn't we? Yeah, that looks nice. I'll have that. And then the wheel rim colour would be... doesn't really matter, the wheel rims. Want something that's not too flashy, so we might just go with the generic black. But I don't really like that. I suppose the yellow is the Alpine Stars colour, but I don't know. What do you guys think of that bike? I quite like it. Red with a hint of orange at the back. Nothing too showboaty, but I'm quite happy with that. So let's confirm. And that's how the bike will look. So that's the bike selection, sponsors Alpine Stars, and that's the livery. So we'll confirm the changes. I am absolutely fine with all that. So I hope you guys do enjoy this series. It's the one that I'm really looking forward to doing. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it like I have. Now, unfortunately, I think for this first race, we'll only be able to enter ourselves rather than a team back. But we have got some emails. Let's have a look at this. So, well, we've got team rep, all that. I pretty much know what I'm doing, so I can talk you guys through that. But we're off, yeah, paperwork, signed the deal with Mahindra, and we've obviously got a new sponsor with Alpine Stars, in which we will get, I think, is it 6,000 every race, I think, which is pretty decent. But next weekend, 3 laps, we will do qualify. For this one, we might just do the race, because we're not going to be competitive here, spoilers. Damage, we'll put on heavy, tyre wear on. Actually, no, we'll turn tyre wear off, purely because I'm quite aggressive, and I remember on the old games when I used to absolutely belt it around the track. The tyres would just go by the end of the 3rd lap. So it's no fun for me, that isn't it? I can accept that you guys, I can accept that you guys might want a bit of realism, but at the end of the day, I think it's my enjoyment that comes first. But we'll go with hard AR difficulty for the moment, so we'll go with heavy damage. I'm quite happy with that. Physics semi-pro, joint brake on, steering help no, tuck-in automatic. Yeah, we'll keep that on. We'll keep the rewinds on, but I'll try and use them as little as possible. But obviously on a bike, you can fall off quite easily. Ideal trajectory. We'll just have it on corners so we can increase our reputation a bit. But we'll keep it at that for the moment. If I get a bit better at the game, then we can always do a little bit of fancy stuff. But yeah, if you guys are MotoGP fans, you'll obviously know this track as the place where the finale takes place. Of course, last year this is where Marquez won the title after Lorenzo tried to hold Dovizioso up. And it's been the place over the years of many title fights. I mean, Nicky Hayden won it when he won his title here at Valencia. And a few years ago, when it was, I think it was between Rossi and Lorenzo, wasn't it? When Lorenzo was at Yamaha. And that was only a few points between them and Lorenzo won it. But it's certainly been a track where you can't really overtake. So it's a little bit disappointing. But it does favour the likes of Marc Marquez, which doesn't help Dovizioso, of course, in the championship hunt last year, but Marquez really is another breed. But we are coursed down in Moto3, 250cc bikes. We'll skip through all that because that's a bit of the graphics that might be copyrighted. But we're here for the race. 17 degrees air temperature, 28 degree track temperature. And it's cloudy with sun, so I don't know if it's wet or damp track or whatever. But there we go, here's our bike. And I think we'll be starting last. So the session information, it's just a 3-lap race. And we may as well get straight to the grid. It's quite, well, I say quite, it's a big grid in the Moto3. I think in Moto3 this year in real life, I think there's 36 riders. But in this one, I think there's 32, it looked like there. But as you can see, this game, if you've never played it before, it's really nice. It's got the proper graphics at the start, and I think that's really cool as it just scrolls through the grid. We'll obviously be way at the back, but 11 rows of riders. And I'm going to have to try and get in the habit of saying riders rather than drivers, and riding rather than driving. It's going to be a bit troublesome. But as you can see, there we are, back of the grid, next to Pulkkinen, not quite Raikkonen or Bottas or Hakkinen. Sorry, I couldn't really think of another Finnish example in Moto3. But as you can see, we're not actually riding at the moment. This is just a formation lap, but we will proceed. There we go, it's already done it for us. As you can see, they're all getting ready. It's going to be the title fight, the finale for them. It's not really going to concern us. It's just an intro, really, to the managerial career. But here we are, right at the back of the grid. It's a long way to that front of the grid, and that's going to be the main thing we're going to try and do next season. But here we go for the start of our career with TIJ Racing, and we are way here in Valencia. We've had a good start there. We've got past a few of the cars. It's quite easy to control these but see, cars. It's blooming bikes, not cars. But it's quite easy to control these bikes. They're only 250cc compared to Moto2, which is 600cc. And the MotoGP, which is 1000cc. So these are quite easy to control in terms of if you put your foot down, you don't get such of a response. Because I've got traction control off. I want to give myself a little bit of a challenge. And obviously in the MotoGP bikes, if you put your foot down, it will wobble, certainly a little bit in the wet. But at the start, as you can see there, we gained a few places. We struggled a little bit into the first corner, a little bit of hesitation. Coming into this right-hander now, we're a bit off balance. I haven't ridden around Valencia for a long while. I haven't ridden in the Moto3 bikes for a while. That was rude from Pagliani. But we're going to try and get back up the inside. But we haven't really got the power, unfortunately, on this Mahindra bike. But as you can see, the bike's stepping out a little bit there. But we could control it quite easily. And this is the first time ever I am playing MotoGP on YouTube. So, you know, I've been doing this for 7 years. I've played many games, but not once have I played MotoGP. And I'll be quite honest with you guys. I haven't really been a MotoGP fan for a long while. I'm not one of these fans who followed it for a while. I've probably followed it for 3 full years now. I did a podcast last year called Motorcast, and that really invigorated my kind of interest in MotoGP. And Kane has fell off at the front. As you can see, he's down there, and amazingly, he's just regenerated. So we've got past him for the moment, and I reckon we can get past Pulkkinen coming to this last corner. It's quite a long left-hander coming to this really climatic left-hander now for the last corner on the track. Can we get him on the inside? Oh, we have to go offline a little bit there, and to 8/10 of a second penalty from that, which is never good. But we've only got a wildcard race here. It doesn't really matter where we finish. But at the same time, it would be quite nice to make a few upsets and make people go, let's have a look at these chaps. But yeah, here we go for the second lap. 30th place, and as you can see, they've just got better brakes than we have. I think I broke quite late there. But these other riders can brake a lot later than I can. Of course, next year, which will obviously be next race, we will have 2 riders, including myself. So we have got people that can go for points. If you guys don't know the point system in MotoGP, it goes from 15th to 1st. I can't actually exactly remember who gets what points for finishing where, but it's 25 for 1st and 1 for 15th, and it works its way down through there. But really, the first objective definitely would be to get a point at some point next year. Now, I'm horribly poor at the Qatar track. I'm terrible at that track. Quite like it in real life, under the lights. Good start to the season. But in real life, on the game, I'm not particularly good at driving it. But Fanati's now fell off, so that's another place we've gained, I think, there. It's probably on the left-hander. I presume he's fell off, and he's just got back on his bike there. And the only problem is with that, yeah, the riders do regen. It's not exactly what I'm saying, basically, is that they don't lose nowhere near the time that they actually lose in real life, obviously falling off the bike. But we've just been mugged by Kane there. But I haven't ridden a Moto3 bike for a while, and if you guys are people who obviously play the game, you guys will know that the Moto3 bikes handle and they turn a lot different to the MotoGP bikes. And obviously, it goes without saying the MotoGP bikes go and have a lot more power. But this bike, the Mahindra engine, certainly does not have much power. We're just being tailed behind at the back of the grid. But we've had a decent start. We couldn't really be expected to do anything here. We've come up to the end of the second lap. And coming on to the final lap now. We've driven out of... Ridden, Toby, ridden. We've ridden okay in this race. Nothing spectacular, obviously, at the back. You can't really take any positives out of it. And we just cut that corner, so that's a 1.1 second penalty. I don't know if you guys want me to turn penalty timers off. Obviously, that won't mean I'll cut corners, everyone. But I think for maybe... This is basically going to be a bit of an arcade series. I don't really think it would be appropriate to keep punishing me just for slightly cutting corners. It's not exactly really on any of those, either of those occasions that we really gained a massive advantage. But if you want me to keep them on for realism, I certainly can. And I think we might be using the odd rewind when we fall over, but I'll try not to as much as possible so that it kind of scripts the game and makes us better. But for example, maybe in qualifying, if we fall, maybe I might pick myself back up again and pretend it never happened. But probably in the race, we're going to do a clean race and not use any of the rewinds. But that's bloody why we've got braking assist on. No wonder we're braking so early. I'm sure we've got braking assist on because I've just gone full throttle into that corner. And I just saw at the bottom there that it's using our brakes. That's annoying. And that's probably a reason why we're not going to win this. Well, we're not going to do anything in this race. Let me just test it again. I've got my hand completely off. Yes. No wonder why. We've got braking assist on. And I'm quite a fashionable late braker. So no wonder everyone's whizzing past us in the corners. And there's no point me even touching the left trigger, to be honest, now to brake. That's disappointing. But for the Racing Qatar, we won't have braking assist. And the brakes make a massive difference on these motorbikes. Because it's really a test of who brakes late. And who brakes late is really, because everybody brakes late. And basically, I can just have my foot down completely. Because, you know, the brakes will do it for me and stop the bike. But if it was in another situation, I probably wouldn't do that. But when at the end of our first race here at Valencia, it was a bit of a shocker, to be honest. My rider is not happy with himself whatsoever. But, you know, at least I think we can't really get any worse. Andre and Migno won for the Sky Racing team. And, of course, Valentino Rossi's junior team. John McPhee finishing 8th for Britain. And obviously us finishing right at the back with that Mahindra engine. A little bit disappointing there, but it was our first race. It was a wild card. I'm not particularly fussed about that. But in the next episode, we will have a new team up. But we'll do all that now. We'll do all the admin-y stuff now, I suppose we can do. And then on... I'm trying to think, it'll be Tuesday, won't it? So it'll be Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we will be having the second episode of this series. If you guys enjoy, of course. So leave a like if you guys do enjoy, absolutely. And that would really help. So we're earning 6,085 credits. We lost 2,000, so 4,085 in total. And then we got 12 in terms of our reputation. So the time to get serious finally come. We've registered for the next Moto3 Championship. So yeah, let's sort out our Moto3 Championship. And then I'll cut away and we'll do the first race. Let's proceed. And there we go. We can get another rider. So there's us. Right, we've got 32,000. We're not really the most expect. Right, any of these. We've obviously got the British partner we could have, Leo Ward. Great future, ready to make the leap in terms of quality. Good at analysing himself. He looks decent. Sunotti, there's not really much difference, to be honest, with any of the stats. They're quite interchangeable. Pretty much. The guy's going too fast. The guy's going too fast. I was struck by the speed which he learned. So actually he's really good. No, he's not very good. Analysing self-criticism. Stopwatch King Yang Z. Okay, Thomas Restelli. I think what we're going to go for, let's just have a read of this Mukarami at the end. Mukarami, sorry. But no, we're going to go with Leo Ward as our team, a double British team, 8,800 we paid in salary in total, and that is pretty good. But we'll just have I don't know, we can't afford to get any more bike, can we? No, any more bike, another bike. We'll stick the Mahindra now, which isn't too brilliant for us, but I think without brake assist, that will massively help us out. But there we go, we're going to proceed, yes. So it's myself, Toby Jones and Leo Ward that will be racing for TIJ Racing in MotoGP this year. And as you can see, we've got staff management, we've got the calendar, so we need to sort out some activities on some weeks. But we're doing that all in the next episodes. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I have been TIJ, and I'll be back on Thursday at 6 PM for another episode list. As I said, make sure to leave a like if you want to see more of this on the channel. I'd love to do it, but of course if you guys don't want to see it, that's absolutely fine. But if you do, leave a like, and I'll definitely bring it back on Thursday. So if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I have been TIJ, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.